I don't hear
We can hear you, Mark. No audio, Mark.
Hang on.
Good evening, everybody. We're getting Mark's mic sorted out. Hang on just a couple of moments.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining.
We're live, Mark.
There he is. He's back.
Paul and Audra, pull up the quad split, please. Let's put up the quad split, please.
1 second.
Trish is here.
Okay, let's listen to CNN, please.
CNN is not making any projections in the following states that just closed their polls. Arizona, that's a big battleground. Colorado, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, battleground Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, New Mexico, New York, and battleground Wisconsin. Let's look at the electoral map now. Donald Trump has 154 electoral votes. Kamala Harris has 27 electoral votes. 270 are needed to win. Let's bring you a key race alert now. In battleground Pennsylvania, Kamala Harris in the lead with 64.4% of the vote. Donald Trump has 34.7% of the vote. Kamala Harris in the lead there with 326,000 plus votes. Only an estimated 16% of the vote has been counted in Pennsylvania. In battleground Michigan, Kamala Harris in the lead, 54.8% of the vote. Donald Trump with 43.3% of the vote. Kamala Harris with a 55,000 plus vote lead. That's with only an estimated 8% of the vote counted in Michigan, still very early in Michigan. In battleground North Carolina, Donald Trump in the lead there now, 51.8% of the vote. Kamala Harris with 47.1% of the vote. Donald Trump with a more than 106,000 vote lead. That's with 39% of the estimated vote counted in battleground North Carolina. In battleground Georgia, Donald Trump in the lead there, 52.8% of the vote. Kamala Harris with 46.6% of the vote. Donald Trump has a healthy 221,000 plus vote lead. That's with an estimated 66% of the vote counted in Georgia. About 2/3 of the vote in Georgia has been counted. In the Commonwealth of Virginia, Donald Trump in the lead there now with 49.3% of the vote. Kamala Harris with 48.7% of the vote. Donald Trump with a 13,334 vote lead. That's with half the vote counted in the Commonwealth of Virginia, 50% counted there in Virginia. In the state of New Hampshire, Kamala Harris has 53.6% of the vote. Donald Trump has 45.7% of the vote. Kamala Harris in the lead there by roughly 60,000 votes.
Let me tell you where we are. Did some reporting and just to firms up our conception of things. Harris is going to win New Hampshire, but independents are a real problem for her there, as they are everywhere. We saw what's going on in Virginia, and Mar-a-Lago says, keep your eye on Virginia, but she'll probably win it. But again, we're seeing there a problem with Hispanic men. We're seeing a problem there with independents for her. Mar-a-Lago continues to be firm about Georgia and North Carolina and Wisconsin. And the pushback from Wilmington is vague and not compelling. And both sides continue to be optimistic about Pennsylvania. Dan, what are you hearing?
Yeah, to be realistic about it at this point, Republicans are confident, Democrats are hopeful, and hope is not a strategy. And at this point, they just aren't pointing to any demographic that turned out, better than they thought, any region of a state that they thought is turning out better than they thought. And it does appear at this point that the map is beginning to look harder and harder. And this reminds me of kind of Romney 2012, when, Mark, as you've said, the Obama campaign said they had these small, durable leads. It held as the election night went on. And, you increasingly just start trying to grasp at anything to hang your hat.
Yeah. Tricia, what's your sense of things?
Yeah, I think Virginia's interesting. Like you said, I don't expect Donald Trump to actually pull it off, but even the microcosm of Loudoun County, I think it speaks to what Brittany was talking about earlier, as far as is this cultural issues, parental rights, the trans issue, is that a sleeper issue in this election? And I think that might be part of the postmortem that we see after this election, whether it goes for Harris or goes for Donald Trump.
Yeah. So we've not seen data on Black men. And we all know that that was something that was much discussed. We have seen in the exit poll, and it correlates with the sense of where the races have gone. We have seen data on Hispanic men shifted to Trump. We've seen independents. We've seen that wrong track number. And we've also seen the rural vote turnout. Those were all considered by Mar-a-Lago, by independent analysts, to be foundations of a potential Trump win. Is doing well with those groups. The big issue we still don't know about is the question of abortion rights and the question of Black men, as I said. Let's listen to John King, please, for just a moment.
%. Same with Michigan. We come over, we're up to 10% here right now, 53 to 45. Again, if there's an 8-point lead in Michigan, then you have a blowout. You expect this to be very close in the end. We're missing a lot, right? Earlier tonight, Grand Rapids was red for Donald Trump. That's Kent County out here. Right now, you see it's almost a tie right there. This is one of the battlegrounds within the battlegrounds. Fiercely, formerly reliably red, now a closely fought suburban area around Grand Rapids. We'll keep an eye on that.
Okay,
But still
that's
nothing
good.
out of Wayne County, Detroit.
Give up on John.
I just want to come
So,
up here to Ingham.
As I said, if you want to stay with me and Dan, you can see us on Megyn Kelly starting in about 3 minutes. We'll be back at 10 o'clock, and 10 o'clock will be a key hour. We're going to have a lot more data, a lot more reporting, and I think we'll be able to start to clarify a little bit about North Carolina, Georgia, and maybe Pennsylvania. I think Wisconsin's going to take a long time to clarify, in part because of this Milwaukee County issue, but also because it always does, just Wisconsin takes a long time. The Trump's belief that they'll eventually win the state, it may take a while. So you'll get a link to join on YouTube at 10 o'clock. You've got the link to join if you want to join here on the two-way platform. We will see you right at 10 o'clock Eastern time for more coverage here on Two Way. Thank you for joining. We'll see you then.